Okay, so you're here because you already know about Black Box Diaries.
You want to dig deeper, right?
Well, that's exactly what these deep dives are all about.
We're talking about a film that's really pushing the limits.
How we think about justice, how we make documentaries, and how we deal with incredibly difficult topics.
Yeah, and it's powerful stuff.
Shiori Itō, the director, is also the subject.
It makes for a film that is raw and honest.
And unflinching, from the very first scene.
She juxtaposes her own story of sexual assault with news clips about conviction rates in Japan.
Whoa.
Yeah, shockingly low rates.
Wow, that's got to be impactful.
It grabs you right away and doesn't let go.
So it's not just a documentary telling a story?
No.
It's about making you confront a reality.
A reality that many survivors face.
Exactly. The system, it often seems designed to silence survivors.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the system, can we talk about the Japanese legal system?
Of course, that's a big part of the film.
How does it actually work?
Well, the film emphasizes how Japan focuses on material evidence.
Material evidence.
Yeah, meaning physical evidence.
Ah, I see.
And that puts an incredible burden on victims to prove lack of consent.
Especially with that high bar for evidence.
Right, which is difficult.
Right.
Physical resistance is often the defining factor for consent.
So it's not just about saying no.
It's much more complicated than that.
Wow.
And we see this play out in Ito's own case.
So it makes it personal.
Hugely. She's not just talking about the law in theory.
She's living it.
Exactly.
It's her reality. And, that's where Ito's brilliance as a filmmaker shines.
Yes.
The way she mixes courtroom footage, interviews with experts, and then her own very personal reflections.
Such a powerful way to help us understand.
Yeah, the legal mechanisms at play.
It's complicated stuff, but she makes it visceral.
It's not just about her, though, is it?
No, she's using her case to expose the systemic issues that so many others face.
The ones that make justice so hard to get.
Exactly.
Which is why Black Box Diaries received so much critical acclaim.
It resonated with so many people for so many different reasons.
I was nominated for an Oscar.
Best documentary feature at the 97th Academy Awards.
Impressive. But there's another layer to all this.
Yes, there's controversy surrounding the film.
Tell me about it.
Well, critics argue about her methods, that some footage might not have been obtained ethically.
Oh, wow.
Specifically recordings of conversations, they question whether she had consent.
That's tough. It really pushes those boundaries about documentary filmmaking.
Especially when dealing with sensitive topics like sexual assault.
Right. You have this film that's bravely exposing a system.
Giving a voice to the voiceless.
But then this question of responsibility comes up.
The filmmaker's responsibility to the people involved.
Does the impact outweigh the concerns about how she got there?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's a complex one. No easy answers.
No easy answers at all.
We have to think about this balance. Pushing boundaries for the greater good.
But also respecting individual rights.
And privacy.
Right.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've seen how Black Box Diaries blends personal storytelling.
With investigative journalism.
And how it exposes those barriers to justice for sexual assault survivors in Japan.
A film that earned accolades and sparked a debate about the filmmaker's methods.
It raises so many questions.
About the limits of documentary filmmaking?
About the price of truth, in a way.
Definitely.
So what are people supposed to take away from all this?
Well, it's a film that demands you engage with it, you think critically.
You can find it on most streaming platforms.
Check it out, wrestle with the questions it raises.
Form your own opinion, but I can guarantee it will be thought-provoking.
You won't be disappointed.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive.
See you then.